the guy with the most Colossi usually wins, hands down, which can get kind of tedious, but then again, okay, double robo coming up, never mind what I was saying before, I'm gonna speak about this double robo. Actually, I'm not going to speak about the double robo anymore anyways, nope, because I'm just not going to, I don't wanna. As mentioned, you can hate me absolutely as much as you want. You can hate me for suddenly, you know, stop talking and then start talking 5 seconds later. You can hate me for pronouncing stuff wrong because English is not my native language. You can hate me for, I don't know, my accent. You can hate me for you can hate me for a lot of stuff. But I'm going to try to cast the game as amateur awesome as I can right now. Valy is taking charge and he's getting his 4th gateway, I believe, which will of course be, I mean the charge will be a big deal for him as the zealots will actually be able to beat his opponent, and he's got a lot of zealots. He's just got 1 stalker, shitloads of zealots, a lot of colossi and 2 immortals and some sentries, whereas his opponent has a lot of stalkers, a lot of zealots, a few sentries, and a few, of course, pretty much as many colossi, actually 1 less, which is, in Protoss v Protoss, it is a big deal to have 1 less colossi. So this might just turn out to be the winning awesomeness for Valy. But they do have very different army compositions, so this might play a important role as well. ArcticBox is doing something really clever right now. He's scouting with his probe instead of just going directly in. I believe he saw the colossi. He did see all the zealots, he did see the sentries, he probably saw at least 1 colossi and the mortal. So he knows what's up, he knows that he should probably not attack right now. Or that if he does, it's basically, you know, the match, the battle is pretty much just going to be all about micro, because at this point they both have almost identical armies with slightly differing unit composition. It could have been more one-sided, you know, the unit compositions, but at the moment it's pretty much the same. But his enemy has more colossi, so that is of course not a good situation to be in. Actually, if ArcticBox would have had some Void Rays right now, his opponent would be in a very terrible situation, because all he has to deal with is 3 sentries and a stalker. That's all anti-air he has. Unfortunately, ArcticBox have not gone for any air, but rather gone for colossi and been behind on economics, which means I'm foreseeing that he's going to lose this clash. Nice force fields coming out. I'm not sure who threw the force fields. Nice force fields nonetheless, I guess, for both of them. And the colossi are just... These 2 colossi weren't taken down for quite a while, which might have given... Actually, ArcticBox might seem to be coming out on top here, but then suddenly the colossi goes down, more zealots gets warped in, and Valy is coming out on top for sure. Now the Valy has 2 colossi left, a sentry, an observer, and a lot of zealots. You know, that's not much that ArcticBox can. Actually, he's got a colossi himself and a few zealots. Maybe with really nice micro, he might be able to completely overthrow this army. And once his opponent's colossi count is set back to null, they are both starting over from 0. They are both starting over from 0 if this happens. So if he manages to defend against this, they have pretty much the same economic, pretty much the same unit build up, and they start over again. So it will all be about micro. Micro. As we see Valy's forces moving, but it seems to be way too much for ArcticBox's forces to deal with, unfortunately for him. He does have 2 colossi himself though, but this mass of zealots is just going to soak up the damage, while Valy's now 3 colossi deals all the damage. I really see no saving grace coming for ArcticBox, unfortunately, as he's just getting outnumbered in the colossi count, which is never a good situation to be in Protoss v Protoss. The probes are pissed off trying to kill a colossi, and I actually think they contributed quite a lot. Note that since colossi can walk over units, enemy units that are melee, a lot of them can hit the colossi at the same time, compared to, for example, a Thor. I mean, a lot of units can hit the Thor because they are so huge, but when it's a colossi, even more units can hit, which is awesome. So that means all of these probes were probably hitting and dealt quite a lot of damage and we're able to help, but it's not going to be enough, as we see ArcticBox basically mining out his main. He's got one more Colossi trying to defend with it. As I'm dropping in FPS, I'm not sure why. I apologize for this lag. We're just going to continue the cast anyway, and there the lag stops. That's good. So I apologize for that lag, but the lag did stop. We see ArcticBox trying to fend off, and he actually seems to almost be able to do it, but more cells gets warped in, and it is undeniable by now that Valy simply has better economy and will be able to simply, you know, overthrow ArcticBox's defenses. This is very unfortunate for him, and I basically see no saving grace for ArcticBox. I'm gonna go ahead and say this game is over, and if I'm not right, you know, I'm pretty stupid, but I really don't see that happening. So I think we can see a GG come out very soon, as there's not much ArcticBox can do, and a well played comes out, and Valy is kind of again confused about what his opponent is saying, but whatever, and then the GG comes out from Valy.